Hello, Paul. It is Tuesday, July 12th, and today we have an update from everyone's favorite agent of chaos, Elon Musk. Paul, what is happening?
Okay, so I'm tired of hearing about this, Kate. You're probably tired of talking about it, but the Elon Musk and Twitter saga continues. Elon Musk seems to want out. He made a $44 billion offer 2.5 months ago, just before the tech stock started tumbling. So perhaps he has buyer's remorse, but he's complaining of the bots on Twitter and that Twitter are not forthcoming about their data and about their numbers and how many bots are on the platform and how many users they actually have. So in some way, maybe it's a good thing that there's less users than they expect because there's an untapped audience maybe he can get hold of. But if Twitter are not forthcoming with their numbers, Elon Musk is saying that he is not going to continue and purchase this company. So this is going to go up in court. Twitter are bringing him to court, and there's going to be at least $1 billion get out clause, I expect. And a fine for exiting this deal by Elon Musk unless he wins this battle. But I'm not sure he will. Everyone is taking a side. Some people back Elon Musk for any reason possible, for whatever reasons, and others then take the Twitter side. I think a lot of people don't want one individual taking over private ownership of a company. And I think also probably Tesla stockholders may not want Elon Musk taking over Twitter either. So there's a lot to unpack, a little bit more in the newsletter, but hopefully this saga is over soon. Whether it happens or not, it's now in the hands of the courts. So we'll watch this space, and hopefully we don't have to talk about it every week. We're not going to.
We won't.
So let's talk about some more fun stuff, Kate. Why don't you tell us about the Apple iPhone and Android lock screens? What's going on there?
Yes, so we've got some big changes coming to our lock screens. And a quick refresher for my mom and dad who are watching. Hi guys. The lock screen is what you see when you wake up your iPhone. So it has the time, the date, and notifications. And widgets, which we review in the newsletter also, those have revolutionized the lock screen. The widgets let you take a peek at information from your favorite apps at a glance without unlocking your phone. Super awesome. So taking that a step further, there's a software company that we'll talk more about in a bit that they want to start putting content on our lock screens. So that will look a little bit like the Snapchat Discover feed. So just a rotating set of news headlines, games, photos, and most notably, advertising. So,
Oh no.
Right. So this company they're disrupting the industry in a really big way. So
we are very excited about the widgets on the lock screen. Now, hopefully it doesn't, get overburdened by ads, but we actually created some widgets for today's front pages, which is really cool. So we jumped on the widget game really early, as you remember. For today's front pages, if you download it from the App Store, it allows your favorite front page from around the world. Say my hometown in Ireland, the Irish Times. I can read the Irish Times and it can pop up on my home screen. So potentially that also appears on the lock screen too. So wake up in the morning, pull up my phone, and I can see the headlines from my own country. We'll see. Hopefully not all bad news.
Right, for sure. So Paul, can Meta decouple from Facebook?
Cool. So this huge rebranding effort and this huge transition of Facebook company to Meta is taking another step forward. We have been logging in with Facebook for a long time until we suddenly didn't want to log in with Facebook with all the controversy over data privacy and sharing and Cambridge Analytica and all the stuff that's gone on the last few years. It looks like sign-in with Facebook's going away, and a new Meta ID is going to replace it. So whether that's connected or integrated deeply with crypto wallet remains to be seen. But we're going to see a lot more of Meta and a lot less of Facebook branding as the metaverse sort of takes hold, and people are logging in with different methods and different usernames and IDs and stuff. And I think this Meta ID will be the thing that replaces Facebook login.
Okay, very cool. I like that it allows folks that maybe don't have a Facebook or don't keep up with Facebook to still join the metaverse world.
Yeah, well, we'll see if everyone, if people trust Facebook after all this. You know, part of the rebranding effort is perhaps connected to that. But, you know,
Totally.
moving on, the stat of the week, Kate, 400 million.
Yes.
What is the stat of the week?
Yes. Okay, so let me set the stage here. So Glance is the software company that we touched on earlier that's putting content on our lock screens. And this company, they specialize in personalizing this content. I mean, I had no idea that this was a thing. Well, 400 million Android devices in Asia already use the content provider, and they are expanding globally. So stay tuned for that.
So expect to see them in the US when the iPhone lock screens appear in September. I know the iOS 16 includes the lock screen opening up, so not just an Android, we're talking iOS too. So let's see what these guys do. Let's see what happens.
Very cool. Okay, Paul, so let's hear about NFTs in the Premier League.
Cool. So what's happening this week is that Premier Leagues have just announced that they are now selling NFT collectibles. Now, they're saying that they're not speculative assets and they're not going to go crazy in value. So they're mostly dedicated towards fans. So we're thinking along the lines of, you know, baseball cards, or if you're a huge soccer fan like Darren and I, you grew up in Ireland, Europe, the rest of the world, we have Panini sticker albums, and that was our version of baseball cards. But the Premier League are now stepping into NFTs. They see these as the new way of collecting some of their digital assets and some of the IP that goes along with some of the biggest soccer stars in the world. And they're claiming, as I say, that they're not speculative. They're not going to make like a crazy amount of money like some of the other NFTs that had bounced up early on this Web3 evolution. So we'll keep an eye out. It seems like fun stuff, and again, it's just another example of some of these large firms with IP that they're finding other ways to distribute and monetize it, and in the process, being part of this Web3 shift. So we're looking forward to seeing it.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, Paul. So 3Advance is growing.
3Advance is growing. So what's happening over here? We have just made another hire in Austin, Texas. We brought on a new product manager. That's Kane Lin. He's based in Austin. He's formerly of Louisiana, but he joins our now 4-person team in Austin. So we have Rishi, Sandeep, and Sean that are located down there. And you know, it seems like this is our HQ too. And meanwhile, I would say our DC team is getting a little bit smaller. You have left, Kate. You are now, where are you?
Left. I am in Atlanta, Georgia.
Very cool. Well, listen, I cannot wait to see your new place. The reason why we're late this week is because you were traveling down, which is kind of funny.
I know.
But it's amazing. Like, it just shows how 3Advance has evolved. You know, partly pandemic inspired, but also, you know, it's you know, we were hybrid before the pandemic started, and then since then, we are not actively searching for people in specific locations. We're all over the country, and right now all over the world, and across Europe. We have one of our lead developers in Costa Rica. You know, we're picking out the best wherever we can find them, but organically we seem to have, you know, really, you know, pushed roots down in Austin, Texas. So
yes, love it. Hook 'em horns.
That's right. We'll be looking forward to South by Southwest. Maybe that's our next trip together.
Oh my gosh, yes. Awesome.
Well, thank you, Kate. Good luck in your move, and we'll talk again next week.
Thank you. All right, awesome. Thank you, guys.
See ya. Bye-bye.
See ya.